Shoot slow, shoot slow, shoot slow, shoot slow, shoot slow, shoot slow, shoot slow.
Frank Lee, homie.
I'm only sipping this slow. Come with me on a ride. I'm only sipping this slow. Take a sip, I bet it get you right. And I only speak it if it's real, yeah. Only spill it if it's trip, yeah. Everybody want the tea, so you already know the deal. I always sip slow. Come with me on a ride. I'm only sipping it slow. Only helping you grow. Tell you things that you need to hear, not only things you wanna know. Keeping you up on your current events, I swear the world's so cold. Talking about marriage and sports too. Man, you gotta catch the show. You better believe me. Got Allen T. Weezy, J. Marks and that JT, make it look easy. Whenever they speaking about any topic, if I spoke about it, I was really about it. Ain't no front, I was real about it. In my white cup, it got hen inside it. It's a message for everybody. Now I'm only sipping this slow. Come with me on a ride. I'm only sipping this slow. Take a sip, I bet it get you right. And I only speak it if it's real, yeah. Only spill it if it's trip, yeah. Everybody want the tea, so you already know the deal. I always sip slow. Come with me on a ride. I'm only sipping it slow.
Man, I'm not Shock G, but I will put the satin on your panties. It's your boy T Weezy.
I see you, man, representing for Shock G this week. What's happening, y'all? This is boy J Dub, man.
What's good, man? Your boy out here in the building.
Already, man. R.I.P. to man Shock G, man. You know what I'm saying? Probably wouldn't have known the Tupac if it wasn't for Shock G, Digital Underground. So we just shouted him out. If y'all, that's a classic line right there. So, man, what y'all sipping on today?
And I got a little hot tea right now with a little whiskey in it.
Mm.
A little
Okay.
something.
Or is that a whiskey with a little hot tea in it?
Yeah, probably that too, man. Get my throat ready, man, to go holler at these basketball games.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you say your son gonna play today, huh?
Yeah, they played yesterday and then they got games today too.
Gotcha, man. I'm sipping on this margarita that my boy T told me about, man. It's kind of good, man. Shout out to boy T Weezy.
Already, yeah, man. Me and my wife been on them for some years, man. When ATB first brought them out, but they pretty good, pretty good. So how y'all week been?
Not too bad, man. Week flew by again, so definitely thankful to that. It ran into all this rain this weekend. Didn't expect that. I ain't pay attention to the news either, but didn't expect all that. But other than that, it's all good.
Yeah, same thing here, Dub, man. I never watched the news, weather report, anything, so I didn't expect all that rain. But yeah, I was stuck out there in it. Been kind of busy all week, but gave me some time to think when you stuck in traffic about an hour looking crazy because it's raining. Give me some time to just kind of gather myself. But I ain't had nothing to sip flow on, so it is what it is.
Yeah, that's
man, you gotta sip.
That's the thing with that, driving 18-wheelers. You do have a lot of time to gather your thoughts and think about, different things. So, man, I just, like Dub said, man, a fast week. It went by real quick. So that's always good when you're out there working, but you just wish it'd slow down on the weekend, you know what I mean? So last night, me and my wife checked out that movie, No Remorse. A lot of people been talking about it. I won't spoil it for nobody, but it wasn't just all that to me. But something to watch.
Yeah, I know. I've been seeing a lot of the previews. I thought it may be good, but when they show the previews, they always show probably the best highlights out of the movie. So maybe
Hey,
one day I get a chance to see it.
it's crazy you say that, Dub, because my sister had recommended me and the wife watch it. Because she know I'm into action movies. My
Yeah.
wife, she throws. She don't really like action movies like that. So we watched the trailer, and like you say, it kind of looked good to me. And she was like, they got him doing too much, like he is, superhero or something. It's too unrealistic. I don't want to watch it, so we ain't get the chance to watch it, man. But I'm gonna check it out later. Since you think it's good to you or no?
It's something to check out. It wasn't nothing just too crazy, that he was doing. Most of it was pretty realistic.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I'm sure you got some Navy SEALs or special forces that can do some of that stuff he was doing. So I
Real
don't think
talk.
it was out the way. But so man,
And you'd be surprised some of the stuff they got them dudes doing.
Real
yeah,
talk. I think she ain't up on that. That's all that is.
yeah. It is a lot of action though, if you like action movie. So yeah. It's all right. Ain't nothing wrong with checking it out.
For sure.
So man, we're gonna get the show going. Uh, I'm gonna hit y'all with this free game, man. Free game today is stand on your square, meaning you have to stand for something. Your word. That's your bond. If you say something, you do it. If you have principles, morals, you stand on that square, man.
Mm,
Free game for today.
okay.
Respect.
All right.
So you are listening to the Sip Slow podcast. I saw this on the Shade Room where they had a scenario where this lady wrote in. So it's kind of long, so just listen to me. She said, I don't know if I'm being petty here, but I feel like I'm not. So my ex-husband remarried and has kids with his wife. She owns a business, and I found out that she makes almost 1 million a year. My ex works and gives me 900 a month in child support for our daughter. But I don't think that's fair. I told him that it would be nice if he sent me more for my daughter. He told me that his wife and his accounts are not together. But honestly, I want to take him and his wife to court to get the max amount I can for my daughter. I work from home and my husband is in the army, but we are struggling. It would be nice to have that additional income that my daughter deserves. What do you guys think? So, Al, man, what do you think about that?
Well, it's kind of tough. You never want to see someone struggling, and my heart goes out to her. Her and her daughter. However, I don't think he's entitled, or for sure, his wife is entitled to pay for her and her. Okay, so I don't think this guy and his wife is entitled to pay for his ex-wife and his child because they have a family of their own. Now, if she's doing great at making 1 million or whatever she's making, that's for her and hers. That's her husband and their children. It has absolutely nothing to do with what he had before her. I'm gonna stop right there and see what y'all think.
Yeah, I think I have to agree. Petty, maybe, because again, she is married. Her husband's in the military, or she remarried rather. Her husband in the military, so there is some support there. But even though she divorced from that guy, it's not his responsibility. Is whatever the court ordered for him to be able to take care of his kids. Now, you would hope in his situation he has more resources. Obviously, he would do more than what the court has recommended him to do, just because those are his kids. But he's not obligated to do more because his wife earns more. That's my opinion about it.
Yes, this is petty. the man is paying you $900 a month for one child. Shit. I, I mean, what do you think about that? 900 a month?
Hey, T, not to cut you off, but what's the average? I mean, is that normal?
No, he
For
must be
one
making
kid.
pretty good money for one kid,
Okay.
because I can see maybe six, but he must be making good money to be paying
Okay.
900 for one child. That's my point.
That's a lot for one kid.
That's a
Okay.
hell of a lot. And if 900 ain't helping you, you work and your husband is in the army. If that 900 ain't helping you out, then you probably doing something you have no business doing, or living above your means, as they would say.
That sounds like a little bit of jealousy to me. Honestly, you didn't forgot about the kid looking at what that other woman is now doing in his life, and then whatever hopefully they got joint custody. Hopefully, but that's what it sounds like to me.
That man has gotten with a woman and they probably living good if she's making 1 million. And old girl, like you say, is probably jealousy because she feels she's entitled to some of that piece of the pie, which I don't see how, or why I don't see how you can feel that way. Now, on the other side, if you go into court, do you think, I don't even know those laws, but do you think that she would have um, a
A case? Me personally, I don't think she has a case, man. I think. Hold up, T. I think yours muted.
yeah, I
Oh, okay,
do
okay,
you
all right.
think? Yeah.
Yeah, I think personally she don't have a case because whatever that judge that ordered him to pay $900 a month, it must have been something he looked into to where he came up with that number. Now, again, I don't know what's average, what's small, what's big, but y'all say obviously 900 is a lot, so he's doing pretty good for himself. But she's pocket watching. Why you worried about what that woman making? Was it that woman making 20 grand a year, or she making 20 million a year? Why you pocket watching? To me, it sounds like it's a little envious because they doing a little better than she and her husband are. So again, I still would like. I don't want nobody to be struggling. I'm not saying that, but if her husband in the army, a lot of my family members have been in you know reserves, Marines, Army, all different branches, and they do pretty well for themselves. So I don't believe they struggling, but hey, who am I to just say that? But I think she's pocket watching, and I think she's envious. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Man,
And
yeah,
then
that's the crazy part. Go ahead, T.
and then you want to use the child as a excuse. That's how I see it. Uh, $900 is more than enough money to take care of your child every month. But she said she would love. It would be nice to have that additional income that her daughter deserves. Now, you really mean that additional income for you and your man to go good time and you know, get y'all little pictures on for the Instagram and stun and flex. You feel me?
Man, that's for her vacation money. They want to go take trips. T. That's what it is.
Right. And I thought that when you go to um when you go on the court for child support, it's based off what the husband makes. I mean, the father of the child makes. I don't think it's well you and your wife make 200,000, so you owe this amount. No, it's what the husband make, because that's why a lot of these dudes don't even want to have a job. They'd rather go, hustle or landscape and get out of paying, because it's a minimum that you can pay, like 240, something like that, $240 a month if you don't have a job. So they'll go and won't even work just to get some cash money in their hands, so they won't have to report that to the government. So man, stuff like this, it's already hard on the man in the child support game. And I know that could be another topic later on, so I won't go into that too much. But situations like this, it just make the whole game bad for men. So you are listening to the Sip Slow podcast. So, Dub, how do you act when a woman makes a pass at you knowing you married?
Man, honestly, it's funny because a lot of times as a guy, you don't always think that a woman going to approach you in the first place. That times have changed, things have happened. Women get a little bit more aggressive as they go on and building their careers. They get more confidence to do more of the approaching rather than the traditional of what you think normal stuff will happen. So situations like that, man, it's actually flattering to me because that's the last thing I think that'll still have it like that. and so every now and I get a little laugh and kick out of it, but I have to do the respectful thing, acknowledge, hey, I am married. It can't go no further than this. But then you get some of them that are still more pushy and aggressive with it, and you just have to do what's best, man. You want to go home and have a good night's sleep and have a safe and happy household. So you have to kindly just separate yourself from that situation the best that you can. But yeah, it's more flattering than anything to me.
Yeah, I would have to second that, bro. It's definitely flattering because it's one thing, like you say, Doug, for them to come on to you because usually the man is the aggressor, right? But now they're being the aggressor, and on top of that, you tell them, "Yo, I'm married." So you would think once they hear I'm married, conversation ends. Not so much. Not all the time. Sometimes it gets a little stickier, if you will.
Some of them
They
don't
like,
care.
yo, man, for real. So they tell you sometimes that's your problem, not mine.
Now we talking. Come on, let's get into this thing. Nobody,
Yeah.
well, Dub didn't say what he would do. He
Oh
just
no,
said
I
he
mean,
feel
shoot.
flattered.
No,
I mean,
I,
how do
I
you
told you. I
no? How do you get out of that situation?
You just be respectful to him. Like, look, I appreciate it. I do. I think you're attractive or whatnot. But I'm happily married, and I'm out hanging, kicking it, whatever, just to have a good time, not to cause any problem, not to stir up anything. Uh, but I definitely thank you, and good to know you. Try to
Al,
de-escalate that situation quickly as possible. I'll say that much.
so what you do, Al? Since you the ex lover boy on here, ex player.
But this is how I do it, man, because it is flattering, and the more conversation you give them gives them kind of hope. You know what I mean? They feel like, well, he's still talking to me. We still talking. I got a shot. So what I do, I throw them off. They like, you have any brothers or cousins? I got a lot of brothers and cousins, but most of them married. But check it out, I got a couple of homeboys that are just like me, looking for a good woman like yourself. You're very attractive. Oh, I blow their head up, and then I come and put on one of the homies.
Okay.
Now, again, let me make that clear. One of the single homies, not one of the married homies, one of the single homies.
Hey, if your married homie want to do his thing,
No.
I can't do
No.
that, though. See, what he do on his own time, that's him. I can't be that guy.
Yeah, you can't be the one that
I
throw the
feel
alley
you.
oop. He,
Right,
he can catch it
right,
from somebody else, but you can't be the one that throw it up there.
I mean, 'cause just
right.
putting it out there, I do got a lot of them that's willing. They want me to throw alley hoop all the time. I can't do it for you, homie.
Man, I agree with y'all on the you being flattered because I think uh men or a woman wants to know that they still got it, so to speak. Even though you can tell your wife she looks good, and that should be enough. That should be enough, but sometimes it make them
Hey,
feel
T,
a
you
little
chop it
better
up a little
when
bit.
somebody from the outside say, "What about now?
Yeah, you good. You good.
Y'all
Go ahead.
good? Y'all hear me now?" Yeah, I was just saying that sometimes men and women want to be liked by the opposite sex. That doesn't mean they want to do anything. It's just letting you know you know that you still have it, so to speak. So um, I think you gotta when you out in those situations and say you've been having a little problems at home, I think that make that situation a little different
Well, it
because
can get tougher. It can get tougher like that. Yeah.
yeah, you might not do nothing, but you might do a little bit more flirting than you should. So man, you need to stay away from them situations if you having little problems at the house.
Yeah, like Al was saying, man, it's best to go ahead and try to end that conversation quickly as possible or divert it some other way, because like you say, the longer you get going, I mean, and naturally, guys see a attractive woman, you can get going and just get to talking, and all of a sudden you'd be like, dang, man, spend 10 minutes over here talking. Now somebody made a scene, all this stuff.
Oh
It's too
man.
many different things that can go wrong from that. So yeah, that's a tough one.
I wholeheartedly
That's
agree, Dub, because you might be honestly, telling her all that she look good and all that, but hey, I'm happily married, blah, blah, blah. But to a person on the outside, look like y'all over there chatting it up kind of nice. You know what I'm saying? So now somebody that know your wife go back and put a bug in her ear, and now y'all got problems at home, and you were just being a good man. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
yeah.
then you don't know how some people take your words either. Some you can be coming off as genuine as possible, but then they take it and like, oh man, he likes me, he wants this and that, man or woman. And so that's one of those areas you got to be really careful, man, because everybody ain't as stable as you would think and or like for them to be. So you just got to de-escalate it real quick, man.
Let me turn it real quick on that same subject. So what do you guys feel about that woman knowing that, okay, first she came up to you, she thought you was attractive, she liked your style, your swag. That's cool. But once you tell her, yo, I'm married, I'm happily married, I ain't trying to do nothing, and she keep pushing up on you, how do you see that woman?
Well, if you into that game, well, you figure she might not. If something do happen, she might not tell.
That's
I
a
mean, how I look at the woman, um, y- man, she out here living dangerous.
What you think about that, Dub? How do you see that after you've already told her everything she knows, and yet she's still pushing up on you?
uh you know some people's persistence can be uh good and bad. I mean, I would have to, look at the side of like, well, you really wouldn't respect me if I'm telling you and being, open with you about this. Uh then I would have to just be like, you got to chill. And I wouldn't have as much respect for her if she won't at least hear me out, especially not knowing me. I wouldn't like it, so to say. But I understand how some of them are, because some people have, like you say, they may just be out for their own satisfaction, a good time, not looking for anything like extra. And I can't knock that, but at the same time, if I've told you and just letting you know, like, no, it ain't going any further, this, and you still continue, then yeah, I'm not gonna put you in that category of like, oh, this could be a good woman or something that I at least tell.
Okay, so here's how I look at that, man. After all that, I started to question, this chick. So at first I may have been a little flattered, right? She telling me this, that, and the other. But now I done made sure this woman understand I'm happily married. Yo, I'm not trying to do none of that. And she's so persistent after that. Now I'm thinking it's not about me. This is just who you are. You do this with all kind of
Mm.
men. So now it ain't about me no more. This is just how you roll. So all that shit you telling me, it ain't about me. That's just how you get down. And on top of that, I think you set out to break up happy home. So now I'm losing all kind of respect for you. So now I ain't even try to put you on one of my homies. But I'm gonna tell you the other part I think where it's crazy because I used to be in that life. I'm like, damn, was she sent to me? Am I being set up? Do she know my family? Do she know my wife? Like you doing too much, man. This too good to be true. Now this
Yeah,
a beautiful young lady, carry herself well, and I'm a good looking guy too. But I told you I'm happily married, and you that persistent. You shouldn't be that thirsty. How you look? You feel me?
right, right.
Well, I feel you. Like, say you like I'm in a smaller town, and people, well, I guess let me take that back because you have Facebook now, so you pretty much everywhere if you on Facebook, so people can whatever you put out there. So my point was that a lot of times, like you saying now, that it's not just about the man. Somebody might not like your old lady, and or like what you putting out there on social media as far as your relationship, and they might feel like, well, hey, let me go see, can I get this cat and show his old lady that he ain't the man that he say, or their relationship is not what they put out on the social media app. So you a man that in a long term relationship, you have to think about all those types of scenarios because, like you say, a lot of times it's just you being so attractive or so cute, or you got money. It's just envious people that want to bring you down. You know.
Man, you're right. It's one of
So,
those situations you don't want to really be in. I guess that's probably the best thing that I would say.
Hey, yo, get out of it as soon as you can, man. Whether it's a setup, whether she really feeling you like that, whether that's the type of chick she is, whatever it is, it ain't worth it, bro. You're happily married. Keep it moving.
all right, you are listening to the Sip Slow podcast. So, Dub, do you think technology played a part in the Derek Chauvin trial?
Oh, by far. I think the video of watching it from the length of time that you got a chance to see it up until we knew he had, succumbed to death, I think played a huge part, and it created a huge voice for America to see like true brutality at its finest, and I think that had all the influence. I think it had all the influence to do with this trial. I mean, you appreciate and thankful to the people who did record it and recorded it the way that they did, and to hear this man pleading for his life, and that was, that's probably one of the biggest things that caused this jury to make that decision so soon. I've heard some say that they were ready to make it, you know, after like a few hours. They already had it in their mind, but I think the technology, it did advance. I mean, the advance with technology and being able to record things live, it played a huge part. I mean, this was stuff that happened worldwide. The impact of that video that was shown, it created a voice worldwide. So if the man wasn't found guilty, it wasn't going to be good.
Well,
I
well,
agree. Oh, go ahead, Al.
I'm gonna say this real quick, T. Everything he said, I agree, but I'm gonna go another way with it. I say video had a lot to do with it, technology, to the people, the public, and to anybody that had sense that watched the video. However, I don't think that was the main part in the verdict. I think the verdict was strictly because they knew what was about to go down. It was going to be bigger than that Rodney King type thing. So I think they ain't want no problems. So anybody that has sense, again, video made a lot of sense. It put it out there for you. But the ultimate decision to make that verdict, I think they didn't want no problems. Go ahead,
That's a
T.
good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, that's a great point. Because I do agree the video did help. Uh, and then with George Floyd calling out to his mother, that really probably tugged on some people's heartstrings. But it's been a lot of videos where cops shooting someone and the cops do still get off. So uh, I kind of lean with Al that you saw what happened the first time when George Floyd got killed, how they tore up the city of Minneapolis. I think they didn't want no smoke. you know, they didn't want no smoke. So that's how I see it.
What y'all think about the questioning of the people? How come they say, why didn't some of the bystanders hop in to help? I mean, for me, it's a dumb statement and question to make because we know everybody knows what's typically gonna happen in something like that. But what is y'all thoughts on that?
Hold
Oh,
on,
my bad.
Dub. Mr. Anderson, man, I don't. They haven't sentenced him yet, so you say that he only get 5 year due. I don't. Do you still call that justice? If he does get 5 years, then that'll be something else. But right now, we waiting on the sentencing phase. I think that's maybe in June. So we'll have to see, and we can revisit that. Um, Say that again, Doug. Oh, for people that just heard me, we live recording on Facebook and on YouTube. So feel free to join in, ask us some questions, and if you're that passionate, man, we might even send you the link to come on. So, all right, Doug.
Yeah. Yeah, just real quick before I ask that question again, I was going back to Greg. I'm not even sure justice has been served. I think this was more so the influence of, I think, all the events that happened from his death. Justice, I don't think necessarily has been served yet. I think we still are far away from that. But my question initially was, it's been said, how come the bystanders that were standing around didn't hop in and help George Floyd when they know the cops had their knee on his neck? And to me, I mean, that was a dumb question for people to even ask, or even a statement to bring up, because we all know you interfering with cops, what's gonna happen. It's just gonna bring more problems to the whole situation. So I just wanted to get you guys' take, and anybody listening, what your thoughts are on, should the bystanders jumped in to help George Floyd?
Well, for me, that's real simple though, Doug. I mean, for one, you're not supposed to intervene, in their arrests, in their detainment, any of that. But let's just get straight to it. Let's not be all politically correct. If two people jumped in, it'd be 3 dead people instead of 1, period.
Most likely, but shouldn't you die for a good cause?
Yeah, what's your
Challenge
good
the sound.
cause? My good cause would be my
I
family,
mean,
my kids.
mm,
That would be my good cause. Not every cause is my fight, but if
well,
you can
see
help,
that
which they did.
that's the problem. Sometimes you gotta die for freedom.
I
Some
mean, you're right.
sometimes you gotta go. You gotta do something. Now, it's it's easy for us to just talk about what needs to be done, and we're not doing anything. I'm not talking about us. I'm just in general. Like, sometimes it's casualties to the war. Well, to the battle, but sometimes that's what it takes to win the war. That's a
Yo,
bar
see,
right
I hear
there.
everything.
That's a
Hey,
bar
yo, I
right
hear
there.
everything you saying. I hear everything you saying. I respect everything you're saying, but I'm putting it out there. Ain't nowhere in hell I'm putting my life on the line, homie. So if you feel that way, hey, salute to you. Hey, man, I'm weak. You're a bigger man than me. But unless it's my family or somebody I know personally, I'm not putting my life on the line for it. That's just keeping it real. I'm not trying to give you something to make you feel good. I'm saying what it is. My family and friends, in my family, my circle, oh yeah, we gonna die for that. But another guy that is wrongfully killed, I can pray for him. That's all I can do. But I'm not putting my life on the line. That's real.
I mean,
Yeah,
essentially, they stuck their necks out there recording the video as long as they did and didn't leave. I mean, it's other facets to it. I'm like Al too. I mean, I'm not finna to go hop in that because I mean that's an assault charge. You got all kind of stuff finna come at you if you live.
Nah,
You know,
you're dead, bro. It ain't gonna be no assault charge. You dead.
I'm just talking, man. I wouldn't get up in that shit, but
no, it's
but
all
what
good.
I said though, I do think is real though, because you know you got to do something to make a change, but you know, hey, if you do that, you putting your life on the line. So you know, I
Like I
agree
told
with
you,
what y'all
see,
said.
hey, whoever jumped in, they'd have been killed as well. So we wouldn't be talking about just George Floyd right now. We'd be talking about two other bystanders, innocent bystanders, that was just trying to do a great thing, try to be the good Samaritan, but they end up dead. That's just my thoughts.
Yeah, and the arrogance of Derek Chauvin to just sit there on this man's neck, you know, while you're being recorded. I mean, that's arrogance. And then in the courtroom, he had a little slug look on his face. You know, uh, shit like the movie, man. No remorse, man. It's really sad.
Nah, it gets deeper, dog. I think it's more, you say arrogance, I think it's evilness. I think for you to just blatantly kill someone like that on nationwide TV and not give a damn, it's got to be something deeper than just arrogance. I think that's evilness, bro. That's just me.
I mean, let's just be honest. Let's look at it like this. Y'all all have seen fights in your life. So, person getting beat up, the person who beating them up, they'll sit there and beat them for a while, but guess what? They stop. At some point in time, they'll stop and walk away because it ain't nothing. Ain't no more happening. And I mean, you had this man down. First of all, him being down like that in that prone position for over 4 minutes is already long enough. And then, you know, another 5.5 minutes or however long it ended up being. Again, they stop in fights without sometime a partner dragging them off somebody because you just know, okay, this is done. You just take one of them sick individuals to keep doing it and have no conscience, and that's what Chauvin clearly had.
So let me, you know, this was on a previous episode. Our boy Duke. Shout out to Duke, man. You know, we waiting on you to come back. But the question was, you know, we was talking about some stuff, and it was like, well, if a woman is getting whooped or hit on, would you stop it? And I know Al and Duke was like, yeah, I'm gonna break it up, and these niggas cowards that won't.
Hey, and I stand on that, but you talking about police officers, the biggest mob in America, homie.
But you still can get killed either way.
Well, I'm gonna take my chances.
I'm not coming at you. We just conversating.
No. Let me explain myself real quick. Now, I'm not claiming to be a tough guy, none of that. But I think I got a greater chance with some weak ass nigga beating on a female and me step in rather than 3 cops. That's on the scene. That's just on the scene. 3 cops, they all armed, and me step in on that. So can I get killed by that dude that's beating on the woman? Sure. My mother and my sisters tell me, hey, you can't be doing that type shit because I done this shit too many times. Mm-hmm. However, yeah, this ain't nothing I'm just talking. I didn't live my rap, homie.
Give us a story.
I didn't live my rap. So if I gotta go out like that, it's messed up. But I'd rather be something of that nature rather than mess with them cops, because them cops don't kill you. They ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. That dude, if he hitting on a female T, he a coward, dog. He not gonna kill you. He don't want no smoke with a nigga. He want to hit women.
I hear you.
But I hear you also, because if he is a hoe ass nigga and he's scary, he probably shoot me because he ain't gonna. He don't want to see them hands.
Right, no doubt. I mean, I just was like, you know, so I understand taking up for the woman, but that's a whole nother story right
That's a
there.
whole nother
So
story. We ain't gonna go into that, but I'm speaking for
right.
me and Duke on that. You can talk to Duke. I think Duke could back me on that.
Well,
We're
you
gonna
got to
step up for
look
that
at.
female, but
I would
the
look at
cops,
two.
we ain't messing
My
with the
bad.
cops.
I would look at too. Look where Al and Duke come from. They both got sisters. They both got mamas. So you look at that like, man, this is what if this was my sister? This was my mama,
Straight up.
and that's probably why that decision may come in. Now,
But what if
the
that was
difference
your?
is, hmm,
But damn, this could have been your brother out there with his knee on him. You gonna sit there and watch that too?
now if it's you, if it's Tristan, if it's Terry, then no. But if it's anybody else, then that's different. And
So
then if it's just a random, if it's so you got to pick and choose. I would
right,
say it like that. First of all, the cops are involved in it. It changes your decision quickly. It makes it
Man,
like, no, I ain't doing nothing. It's
that's true.
different if it's just any ordinary cat out there doing something, or that's different because your
That's
chances are a little bit greater than
I
when you
think
know
so. I think it's greater
what you're gonna
because
get from that that end.
that little hoe ass dude that's hitting on the female, I got enough time to mix him up real quick before the cops get there. You heard me? I can mix his ass up real quick. But now the cops, you telling me to to fuck with the cops? They already there. And now I'm
right.
messing with one of their people. Oh, they gonna kill me, no doubt. That's just, I mean, we ain't gotta agree on it, but yeah, I'm gonna help a female. But now again, if that female was getting apprehended by a cop and he kind of a little rough on her, I might say a little something, but I ain't trying to grab him or touch him. I'm gonna keep my distance.
I understand. It's a different little ball game, man.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's one
you
of them
all
you
listen to the
bark
Sip
don't
Slow
bite.
podcast for sure. You all listen to the Sip Slow podcast, man. We had the NFL draft Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So how do you feel about what your team done? Al, I know you and Dub rock with the same team, so how y'all feel about that?
I'm gonna
Y'all
let you go
draft
first,
with the
Dub. Go
Patriots.
ahead, Dub.
I mean, I think overall we had a good draft. I don't think we made ourselves any more stronger or made ourselves any less weaker with the draft. I do think we have a quarterback that's like from a mindset and a skill wise, he has Brady type qualities. He's not there obviously yet, but he has those qualities in him. He's smart. He makes all the right reads. He gets the ball out. He's accurate. He has a little bit more mobility than I think Brady did, but I think we did good in that pick. But overall, I just don't think we benefited or we declined from this draft.
I have a little bit different take on that though, Dub. All respect to what you're saying, but we gotta understand who we dealing with here, man. First of all, don't ever compare any quarterback to the GOAT, Tom Brady. Let's start there first. Okay. He's not Tom Brady. Let's just lay that
I
out.
compared from when Tom Brady came into the NFL to this guy. I can't compare him to what Tom Brady is now. But from when
Okay.
Tom Brady came from Michigan into the NFL to like this guy coming into the NFL, a lot of the same qualities are there. That's what I guess. Let me reference it that way.
Okay. I can respect that. But here's the deal where it changes all that. Brady was a third string quarterback on Michigan with a half decent coach. This guy, Mac Jones, was on Alabama. Nick Saban is the greatest college football coach in history, period. He had 3 top receivers, he had 2 top running backs, and he had a number, we'll just say top 5 defense. So when you got all them studs, as you want to call them, it's going to make you appear to be a little better than you really are. That's not Brady. Brady had nothing. Nobody even believed in Brady, but Robert Kraft took a shot at him and he said, I'm going to be the greatest player you ever drafted in NFL history. And he proved that. But let's get back to the point. Mac Jones is overrated, man. And we'll see. This dude is not what y'all think he is. When you're in Alabama, hell, you can be the quarterback, Doug. All you need is two good running backs, couple of receivers, and a nice defense with that coach. You can be the quarterback. If I'm wrong, we'll see. But I told y'all I wanted Justin Fields, and he will be the greatest quarterback of his class. Period.
Okay. What did y'all have some? Y'all know y'all drafted more than this guy, right? Right.
Yeah, but we got some defensive tackles, defensive end, and an inside linebacker. I know for sure. So they'll be much role players. I don't know much about those players. I know two of them came from Alabama, so I know the discipline and the mindset we're gonna get from those type of players. But uh, those are usually just kind of plug and play. Um, but I think all of the guys, and I think Mac Jones will be able to follow a system. Essentially, what it is. I mean, that's just what he's cut out for. I'm not saying he's the greatest in that class. I like Justin Fields as well, um, but I think from what we did choose, not what we wanted to choose, but what we did choose, I think Mac Jones eventually will be okay. I think he'll be okay in the NFL because he's smart enough to fit into the system and make those pre-checks and pre-reads and make all the throws, which essentially that's what you need in the NFL. I mean, you don't have to have the greatest athlete as we've seen, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, but if somebody's able to get to the line, know those pre-checks, know where you're going with the ball, and get the ball there, can't ask for
Yeah.
no more than that.
Yeah, I
Well,
agree with you.
let
Go
me answer
ahead.
your question quick, T. To answer your question, and that's probably why you wondering why I didn't say that. I was so pissed and so hot on the first night of the draft that we got Mac Jones. I sincerely and seriously have not watched anything else that said draft. I don't give a
Mm.
damn about what else they done. I don't care about no other team. I was that hot because y'all gonna see. They say he's his quarterback decision making. They say he's accurate. You talking about on a collegiate level for one, and you talking about with top receivers. When he transitioned to the NFL, he gonna be a bust.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
but
leave it at that.
you got to look at he plays in the best conference in college football, so he is playing up against competition. I do think that he would be a good fit for what y'all do because uh, I think Justin Fields is better, but can Justin Fields do what the mental game of y'all system? It's just like a Cam Newton. I would compare Cam Newton to Justin Fields, and then the he's coming from Justin Fields. I don't think it's as elaborate as what the Alabama do. Now, I'm not amping Mac Jones up, but I do think he'll be a good fit for y'all. I think second round would have been where he should have went, but that's my thought. But I think
Well,
he'll
on
do.
that
I'll,
on,
I'll go
on
ahead.
that T about Cam Newton, let's just be honest, man. The man, he wasn't given a fair shake, right? So he had no receivers, he had no weapons, and he had to learn one of the most difficult offenses in the NFL, right? So let's hold off on that a bit. After this season, let's talk about it again. I think Cam Newton is perfect for our system, but nobody agrees with me. But we'll find out here in a minute. But again,
I
we all
agree
have our
with
own
you, Al.
opinions.
I
Go
agree
ahead.
with the fact, Al, that Cam had the COVID, was no off season practices or getting together because of COVID. So, and then he got the COVID during the season, and that just threw off the timing because y'all was doing pretty good when he was in there. Y'all was all right. Y'all might would have snuck in the playoffs. So I agree with that.
Man,
I'm not putting
I'm
Cam
happy with Cam.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, I was happy with the Cam move. I think he'll do great too. It was just so many obstacles he had to run into last year. No off season and all that. It just made it that much tougher. But Cam, I'd hope he continue to play his time out in the end, allow Mac or whoever else is next that come in and step up, be that next quarterback. But I love the pickup with Cam.
All right, so we all agree. So Cam have a chip on his shoulder. Cam gonna be a beast this year. Watch.
Yeah.
All right, man. It's not Patriots Nation shit. Let's get into some Bronco talk, man. I like what the Broncos did. I like us getting Surtain lockdown corner to go with what we already got going on, and with Vic Fangio being a defensive coach, I think that's going to be great. I love our second round pick in Javonte Williams from the University of North Carolina. Mark my words, he's going to be a star, and he's a beast. Then we came in the third. No, running back number 25. Man, he nice. Yeah.
Y'all picked up a receiver too, didn't you?
No. Well, in the 6th round.
Oh.
So, but anyway, I feel good about what we did. I think we addressed some of the problems that we had. So let's just go back to a whole draft. Say first night. What surprises did y'all see? You know, mine was that the Bears took Justin Fields and that he slipped. Also, you know, it's like San Francisco took Trey Lance at 3. I really don't understand it. He has good upside, but look at the competition you've been playing. I don't get it.
I guess they just felt he was the best person, from athletic standpoint in that West Coast system. He can roll out, and now, he's not going to just always have to look to throw. Like he see it's broke down and he getting out of there, man. And he going to pick you up at least another 12 yards maybe, and that's probably what they looked at. I don't think it was a bad pick. I mean, everybody's saying that, you get in there working with the Shanahans, whether the son or the dad, man, they really turn people into, or they it's set up to where you going to succeed. Jimmy Garoppolo, obviously he didn't, he was hurt. He couldn't stay healthy, but I think the Trey Lance pick is a good pick, man. He can make all the throws. He got some good size. He can make the reads.
Any surprise to you?
No, only surprising me was the Jets, man. I mean, now I didn't have much faith in the Zach Wilson
guy. Yeah, that
was mine. He stole my thunder, man. That boy, I never thought they'd pick him up.
I still don't see anything that he's done special, even be considered first round.
Well, see, the thing about it is, Dub, on that guy, he's overhyped because all the things he does, but he's in a conference where he's playing Rudy Poos.
Mm-hmm.
He's in a small conference, so he looks good. But to compare him to Patrick Mahomes, man, that's man, I don't even know what to call that, man.
Yeah, so that part threw me off. I was like, I don't see nothing in this kid to be a second pick overall.
One more thing on that before y'all go, because I know I said this before and y'all don't want to hear me out. So they chose the number 1 quarterback, Lawrence, right? Y'all really think he that good?
Yes.
I think he's got the talent.
Once in a lifetime.
I think he's overrated because of the same reason I think Mac Jones is overrated. One of the greatest
talent around him.
All that talent they have.
No.
Well, let's just go. We're going to say this and I'm going to be done with it. When they played against Ohio State in the national championship, what did Lawrence do?
Yeah,
take your hands. Take your hands. Put it around your throat.
Fields did when he played somebody in the Big Ten and threw 3 or 4 picks. So that's one
game. That's a regular season game.
Yeah, one game is one game.
Okay, well, no, I'm gonna tell you why that's not. I mean, let me explain. Hold up. I'm gonna explain why one game is not one game. Now, you chose a game that's in the regular season that really doesn't mean much to a team that's winning. I said the national championship.
Al, every time you go out.
Hold on. Let me talk. When you're in the national championship, that's the Super Bowl of college football. When you're a stud, when you're a superstar on the biggest stage, that's when the team relies on you. That's when you step up. If you can't step up in the biggest game, I don't need you. Period.
He's already won one as a freshman. So what you talking about?
Because
So
of the talent around him. I've already said this many times.
Look, what's worse is you throwing 4 picks against an inferior team in a regular season game. So you don't anybody that plays sports don't go out there and say, well, fuck it, I'm gonna throw 3 or 4 picks this game just because I don't give a damn. It's a regular season.
No, I give you that. I give you that.
Clemson, even though they are a great team, the offensive line is not great as Alabama. And I'm a Florida State fan, so I watch the ACC ball. The way that they use Trevor Lawrence, I think they didn't use him right in Clemson with the offense they ran. So I think
gonna use him right in Jacksonville.
I don't know. What I'm saying is that even though I don't think they used him correctly, look what he did. He still put up big numbers and won a championship and took you to, one more or something like that. So,
all right, direct question: will he succeed in the NFL? Let's get
without
a
doubt. Without a doubt,
he's going to be a bust. You heard it here first.
I agree. That's your opinion.
Oh man, that's a tough one there. Again, just my overall thoughts on the draft was really the Jets. I mean, the Jets have drafted number 1 quarterbacks the last, I don't know, 6 years, and nothing's panning out. They should have went and just stuck with. They still got Darnold, right?
No, they traded him. They traded him to the Panthers. That's why they drafted Wilson.
That's just dumb to me. But they're the ones who I'm not shocked about, making a dumb decision. And it looks like they've done it again. And just to you guys touching on the Trevor Lawrence thing, I don't think he's overrated. I don't think he's just going to succeed like people think he is.
But I was trying to tell him, the Sam Darnold of the NFL that's now been traded, that your boy Lawrence. Watch.
Same type of
same thing. Did y'all see how hot it was on Darnold? Did y'all forget? I didn't. He was on the front cover of everything. But look at him now. He's being traded. And they pick another quarterback up. What?
That pressure bust.
That's Lawrence.
Well,
we'll see.
The games have to get played. That's one thing about it. The games got to get played. So we'll see. I think Donald did pretty good with the Jets. Just a sorry-ass organization. So instead of trading him, you could have shored up your offensive line and got him some receiver help. You talking about no receivers. He didn't have no receivers with the goddamn Jets. You can look that up. So I want to touch on this. The NFL passed a new rule that receivers can wear numbers 1 through 19 now, and then 80 through 89. Also, running backs can wear single-digit numbers. Defensive ends, linebackers, and cornerbacks. I don't like it. Well, I don't like it. What y'all think? I don't like it because of the fact that. Can y'all hear that in the background?
Yeah, it's fine.
No, it ain't fine. Hold on.
I mean the numbers. I don't have no issue with what number somebody wear. I mean, we watch college ball with them wearing the same type of numbers, and there don't be no complaints. NFL ball. What's the numbers gonna change? What is that gonna change? How is it gonna change the game any? That's my thought. It sounds to me just like some kind of pettiness if you have a problem with the numbers like that. But I don't know.
I wholeheartedly agree, bro. Like, numbers are just what they are. What is 23? Well, when you say 23, you think of Michael Jordan. The player makes the number, bro. The number ain't got shit to do with anything. You make the number. The number 1 can be trash. Cam Newton made number 1 famous. Jordan made number 23 famous. Kobe made 24 and number 8 famous. I can go on and on. The player is what makes the number. Who gives a damn about the number?
Mm-hmm. And then I was disappointed in my boy Brady. He gonna come out and make that statement of like, you won't be able to recognize who the linebackers and stuff are. That I mean, for somebody
Yeah,
as experienced he is, I don't even understand the point of making that comment. So uh, I have no issue with the number changes.
Yeah, my point is that when you see those cats and maybe we got to get used to it, but in the preseason they look weird with those single digit numbers on. I feel like, hey, when you get to the NFL, this it's a different game. You done moved up. We can put that other stuff aside. That's just my feeling on it. I think that seeing a DB at number 3 out there, is shit gonna be looking weird. So
You may
I
get
see
some better
Patrick
results.
Peterson. I see Patrick Peterson change his number from 21 to 7 back to 7 with the Vikings. So I think
You may
yeah.
get
Derrick
some
Henry.
better
I've never been
results.
big on the numbers, bro. Like if you play sports, man, like I say, you make the number, man. It doesn't matter what the hell your number is, man. I don't give a damn about no number because let's say I put you at number 23 playing basketball. If you don't live up to Jordan height, they saying you disrespecting the number.
No, it's not about the number. It's the positions that's wearing the number, and this has been this way for so many years. I don't see why I change it, but
Well,
you
get used to
know,
change, my brother, because the numbers don't mean shit.
Brad, you kind of amped up. I understand if you have a thought, bro, but I okay, well, you don't have to get aggressive. Damn, shit. Like this shit, life or death. It's all good. You got your opinion. I got mine. It's all good. All right, man. What did you learn today? We can get up out of here, man. Tip Slow Podcast.
Oh
Man,
man,
what I learned, man, to Thomas, numbers really matter on a jersey to him.
Hey, I can take it.
that's true. Man, what I learned is like you get approached, shut it down quick. Don't waste no time if you want a happy life, happy home.
Well, I learned that Al out here saving hoes. So,
Call me captain.
man, it's a great show, man. Great to get back out here with the fellas and do this again, man. As always, man, check us out, follow us on all the platforms, and feedback and shit. Like I say, man, it's good to get back with y'all, and man, I had a good time.
Absolutely, man. It's always good to have these conversations, man. Although we down a couple, much respect to them, miss them, but obviously getting a chance to still chat with you boys, man, is nothing but a blessing. So I hope all goes well the rest of y'all's week, and shout out to them boys too. Hope they get a chance to listen in.
All respect. Yeah. Shout out to the boy Duke. Hey man, you need to come on back. Shout out to the boy JT. I know you're busy. You need to come on back. But yeah, we had a good time today, man. Little bro got a little in the feelings because I said something about the numbers, but we all
No,
good. But
no, 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 no. I'm not in no feelings at all. I'm just saying you get kind of amped up with your take. Hey, man, it's all good. It's all good. You ain't got to get
what's that?
aggressive.
What's that? You drinking that Bobby Taylor? What you thought about that Bobby Taylor?
Um,
You don't like it?
no, it's okay. It's okay.
It's a smooth one, man. It's
I
smooth.
thought that the ginger beer had alcohol in it, but it doesn't. So, but it's all right. I think I can do it again. I can do it again.
Before we get
So
out of here, so all ginger beers don't have alcohol or what? Because I wasn't sure which one he had. I had to look
when
him up.
I googled it, it said normally is no alcohol. So
Okay.
Ginger
I
beer you
looked
can go
at
at the
it.
grocery store.
Right, I got it from HEB, but yeah, I thought that it was gonna have some type of liquor.
All right,
Man,
so y'all go ahead.
I was just gonna say, man, I think watching them cats getting to change their numbers in football, man, might make them start playing better. You might see some more people in the Pro Bowl.
I think once we get used to it, probably be all right. But I think it's gonna look kind of weird here at first. But I don't know. But man, as always, we appreciate y'all. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with us. And man, we gonna sip slow and we gonna live fast.